Hey guys, this will be a little bit of a mix of drama and I guess kind of serious topic. I just wanted to talk about this because it came up on my feed. But I did a JK Rowling video last month and I wanted to do another one because this time I guess she's beefing with Azealia Banks. Now, if you know Azealia Banks, you know that she's not the best person out there. I try to keep my distance, but this came up on like, even when she's like in the right, she's still using like slurs and stuff, And it's kind of just like, oh, you were so close. You almost had it, babe. You almost had it. Okay, so there's this post, I guess, appreciating J.K. Rowling, which is gross. Fuck her. The woman is scared of kindness. We've discussed this. Go watch my other video to get the story on that. It's one of those posts where it's like they did this at this age, so you can do, whatever at your age. And, in theory, those are good posts, but maybe just not using J.K. Rowling because ill. So, Azealia Banks responds, maybe your husband at 27 cheated on her with a diva, and that's why she's dedicated every waking moment to making sure her life's legacy is dedicated to harassing people who make up less than 1% of the global population. Now, other than the use of the slur, I have no notes here because she's correct. Trans people are not the fucking problem. They are not, you know, as Hassan Piker likes to say, they are not, they're not your landlord, they're not your boss, they're not, they're not the person who's making your life hell. So why are you taking your anger out on them? So J.K. Rowling responds, it's a matter of public record that my first husband beat me up, but you got the likes, Azealia, and I hope they were worth it. Now, fuck abusive men. Like, point blank, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on that one here. However, it's always interesting to me when somebody wants, like, kindness and empathy when they refuse to give it out to others. Like, she treats trans people so vilely. It's hard because I think J.K. Rowling is deserving of empathy and sympathy for bad things that have happened to her. I just wish she felt that same way, for trans people. I wish she had empathy for trans people to understand their lived experience, but she doesn't. Fuck, I've been had likes. Fuck as you say, sis. I'm Azealia Banks, the Azealia Banks. Know what time it is and don't play yourself, old bitch. This is my internet you're on. Listen, I wouldn't want to beef with Azealia Banks. Like, she's crazy. I wouldn't want to put myself in the ring with her. Like, I bet she cut a bitch. You know what I mean? So you've got some kind of gross responses here too. Just once, what if black women had some class? It's embarrassing for the rest of us when you act this way. First of all, black women are not a monolith. I am not. Azalea Banks' behavior does not reflect on me because we are not a monolith. We are not to be, compared. We are two separate people. So her behavior reflects nothing on my behavior, my beings, just because we are both black women. That's not a thing. Not gonna lie, until today, I thought you were the same person as Iggy Azalea. Wow, two different rappers. Cool. I just, I wanted to, I wanted to like look at this because J.K. Rowling has been being awful again, and so while I don't condone everything Azalea Banks says, you're not gonna see me flying to the defense of J.K. Rowling because she would not do the same for anyone, especially if they were trans. She sucks. Fuck J.K. Rowling. She's a turf. Fuck turfs. I wanted to take a little moment to look at this because I thought it was fucking funny. Um, Azalea Banks, I think, is still going. Maybe I can't tell. It's kind of hard to tell when she stopped going on a rant. I don't know if I would have worded it the way she did, but like the spirit, I guess, is kind of there. There's something similarly wrong with J.K. Rowling and Kanye West. It's actually dark AF. It's giving possessed, like mounted by a demon tea. Oh man. I love how J.K. Rowling tweeted you the most tame, neutral, and mundane response because she knows if she poked the bear even a little, you'd absolutely end her. I haven't seen it and I don't care, lol. I've had her blocked for mad long and she keeps popping up. fucking obsessed about what's truly looking like a psychiatric problem like every day. The dolls need a restraining order against her. She's a fucking lunatic. No notes there. Okay, I'm going to fucking throw my phone. I keep trying to block this shit. I'm trying to block everything. I'm stuck in a matrix of adults obsessed with other adults' private parts, everybody hating on everyone, the country getting taken over, pedophilia like wide in the open, everyone on Ozempic, rap is dead, like stop with the stupid bot algorithm media shit now. This is not news. And this shit is annoying as fuck. I don't like to be the person who's like, there's some gems in this awful person's takes because I feel like that gives a lot of sort of credence to that person. It does to give credence to that awful person's takes more than people may think it does. So I don't want to like start doing that for Azealia Banks. I do think that there are sort of flickers of normalcy and just sort of, regular ass fucking thinking in this mess. Like I agree with her in terms of like it's ridiculous that grown adults are so focused on like trans people and trans um like rights and like their private parts and stuff like that, and they're so like focused on like keeping them down, and they're just it comes across as being very weirdly obsessed with trans people in like a weird sort of fetishy way, but also just a hate way, obviously. And so I do agree with her on all those points. I don't think she's wrong there. She did kind of loose the plot a little bit. Like I don't think rap is dead. I don't necessarily have an issue with people being on Ozempic personally. If we're picking between the two, I'd rather have people take Ozempic than be obese. Specifically because of all the other health issues that obesity can cause. High key, all this anti trans stuff is really just giving the weird people who solicit trans women for sex and murder them more fuel to become murderous psychopaths, because if you think a chaser psycho only limits his victims to trans women and won't also murder females, you're fucking um yeah, I mean transphobia endangers cis women as well. We know this. But transphobia in general just will always hurt cis women because if you don't fit the standard sort of cis woman appearance, then it suddenly becomes like, well, are you trans? Like, do we need to transvestigate you now? And it's like, no, I just don't fit the general, you know, consensus of what a quote unquote woman should look like to you. Especially comes back to bite women of color. There's a whole thread here, I guess, you can take a look at. This is what I mean when I say that I don't think Azealia Banks is stupid. I don't think she's stupid. Like to me, she seems like she's actually probably fairly well read, probably fairly informed. I think that in the same way that Trisha Paytas sort of played this like troll kind of role, I think Azealia Banks also attempts to play a troll kind of role. So we're supposed to use trans women as a buffer. She's not saying that. She's saying that the fucking transphobia and stuff that is leveled at trans women can make it, like has an effect. That's all she's saying. Sense that like high key all this anti-trans stuff is really just giving the weird people who solicit trans women for sex and murder them more fuel to become murderous psychopaths. Like I agree with that in the sense that I think that dehumanizing trans women makes it so that their cases are taken less seriously and thus they are investigated less, and thus the perpetrators, their abusers and stuff get off um more. And so I will leave it at that. Transphobia hurts all of us, not just trans women. um Azalea Banks ate that one thing, I guess. I'm gonna leave it here. Have a good day. Peace, love, and all that jazz. Stay woke. Don't go broke. I don't know. All right. Comment, like, subscribe. I guess tell me what you think. Okay, so I had finished editing the video and then I went on Twitter and I saw this, so I guess I missed this one. I didn't want to post the video without including it because I think this just sums up who Azalea Banks really is. And it's, again, it goes back to that kind of weird troll. Um, Not that it's any less harmful because it's coming from a troll, but just it to me, I think it is ultimately kind of a trolling goal. So she says, "What if the gag is JK really a man? What if this bitch really had a dick the whole time?" So it's weird because you have like two sides of this coin now, right? You have like the side of the coin that's like seems to be very knowledgeable about trans rights, at least to an extent, and has a very reasonable view on them, and in that they're not hurting anybody. Stop being weird about them, just kind of a general stop being weird vibe about it. But then she turns around and uses transphobia to attack a cis woman because she doesn't like her. I expected this kind of thing for her, so it was weird that I hadn't seen it, but then I saw it. um, but yeah, so just wanted to add this in here, It just kind of reinforces my point about like this kind of inconsistent trolling kind of vibe that she has going on. On one hand, she's expressing an above average understanding of and empathy for trans people, but on the other hand, she's engaging in transphobia and weaponizing it against J.K. Rowling because this is ultimately what this post is. Um, so yeah, that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos. I've got some other stuff I'm gonna be editing probably most of the day, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye.